Papua New Guinea is a land of diverse culture and lifestyle with a vast quantity of marine and land resources, and it is the largest Pacific island country with a predominant Melanesian race and a population of over 6.4 million. The country is run by a domestic government headed by a Prime Minister and a Governor-General as the head of state. The official languages are English, Tokpisin and Motu. With a nominal GDP of $5.5 billion, PNG's main export markets are Australia, Japan, China, Germany and the European Union. And major economic sectors like agriculture, fisheries, forestry, mining, petroleum and gas, transport and telecommunication all contribute to the major trade route of PNG. And now, PNG has taken a new direction in the development of its fisheries and marine industrialization. This is in realization of its huge marine resources, especially tuna. PNG supplies 30% of the regional tuna catch and 10% of the world's tuna catch.
Pacific Marine Industrial Park, once it's completed and in operational, we are anticipating to at least employ around 35 to 40,000 direct employment.
As a member of the Western and Central Pacific Fisheries Commission, Papua New Guinea is aware of the need to manage tuna stocks sustainably. The Commission has adopted the Vessel Day Scheme, 100% observer coverage, high seas pockets closure, catch retention and monthly fishing aggregate device closure as management and conservation measures for controlling purse seine fishing efforts. These measures are made possible through parties to the Nauru Agreement and Forum Fisheries Agency. These measures are in response to scientific advice that big eye tuna effort be reduced by 30% and yellowfin tuna to be maintained at current levels. As a regional PNA initiative, PNG is taking a leading role in developing the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone in Madang, Papua New Guinea.
PNG has taken the PNA agreement initiative that is for making this Pacific Marine Park become a regional institution where fish caught in the party waters or in the Western and Central Pacific region be offloaded to the Pacific Marine Park.
The establishment of the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone at Vidar in the Madang province is an initiative of the government of Papua New Guinea to support sustainable development and management of the fisheries sector and to address reforms in the fisheries sector that encourages and supports downstream processing and value-added products. The Pacific Marine Industrial Zone is being developed as a special economic zone which will be enacted by Parliament. The legislation and policy framework is currently developed by the World Bank with the aim of creating an improved business regulatory environment, thus incorporating best practices of similar SEZs around the world for the zone and locators to be globally competitive. Investors will enjoy special legal status with tax and fiscal incentives such as duty-free import, among others, that are streamlined, efficient, timely and low-cost regulation. An area of 216 hectares had been bought by the government from a private investor for the development of the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone in partnership with private sector interests. The investment is about $235 million.
We expect that the project will deliver many benefits. For instance, the simple villager, we would expect that all our people will be employed. For instance, the grade 8 dropout who will not be able to find a job in town will now be able to get a job at the Marine Park.
We have put forward Ream Holdings to participate as a subcontractor of Aces Ventures, who is the contractor in this project. we have come in as suppliers of trucks and fence constructors, and we have benefited a little bit in that area.
The Department of Commerce and Industry and the National Fisheries Authority are the leading government agencies in the coordination and implementation of PMIZ. They are also responsible for the promotion and marketing of the program. The Pacific Marine Industrial Zone will be developed by the PNG government, while the operations will be undertaken by partners in the private sector, focusing on the export of value-added tuna and marine products. This project will achieve many objectives. Some of those are maximize economic benefits of fisheries and marine resources, especially tuna, create scale economies for locators of the proposed Pacific Marine Industrial Zone, to be internationally competitive, establish a comprehensive regional facility for all Pacific Island countries, to effectively control movement of tuna stock to address sustainability measures, and prepare the marine products and fishing industry into full-blown international competitiveness once the trade protection support is gone.
So the department is now taking the lead role in organizing the policy framework and the legislation under which this project will be implemented. It will also coordinate with the authorities such as the National Fisheries Authority, who are responsible to ensure that our fish resources are managed in a way that they're sustainable in the long run.
Currently, all site investigation studies, including the project feasibility, has been completed. Preliminary site works for site clearing and perimeter fencing has been completed. The completion of town subdivision and land use zoning plan is precedent to the comprehensive master conceptual development design that will allow interested early locators. The full-blown construction shall commence forthwith this year 2010, when the Phase 1 loan component of $74 million is approved for drawdown. The Phase 1 construction will take 3 years and is expected to commence in November 2010. Once completed, it will have the following facilities: container wharf, fishing wharf, fish port, pier, container yard, cold storage, ice-making plant, water supply plant, power plant, fuel farm and depot, communication station, warehouse and storage area, administration buildings, wastewater treatment plant. Support services including commercial, recreational, educational and staff housing facilities will also be available. The concept of the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone is for the preparation of fisheries and marine products and the Pacific fishing industry to an internationally competitive export industry. The competitive advantage the project has is the close proximity to fishing grounds with competitive raw fish prices that creates the price advantage for fishing and processing companies. The PNG government's endorsement and approval of the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone in Vidar, Badang Province as Free Trade Zone will take place after it is fully developed to industrialized standard. This will enable locators to enjoy duty and tax-free status and other privileges under a one-stop shop arrangement. The PMIZ will be built to complement the existing integrated operations of RD Corporation, which has successfully set up a similar world-class operation in General Santos, Philippines.
I highly encourage the private sector and all the other stakeholders to invest in this zone because it will be worthwhile not only for Pacific but for themselves, because there's so much to be made out of this project. With God's will, we will all succeed.
This government initiative will incorporate and build on the success of the private sector investment and complement and support the role that the private sector investment is playing. This is a public-private sector partnership whereby the government provides infrastructure and incentives, allowing the private sector to operate their business. The project will generate local employment opportunities, spin-off businesses, and foreign exchange reserves for export of fisheries and marine products. The RD Corporation is enjoying preferential market access for its tuna products to the EU market under the EPA. This gives RD Corporation and other locators a competitive advantage in locating within the PMIZ. As this is a major government project in the South Pacific, we invite you all to invest in the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone at Vidar, Madang Province, Papua New Guinea.